Have you ever met someone whose behavior made you stop and think, there is absolutely no logical explanation for this? Like, they're operating in a completely different reality. Maybe it's someone you've had to see regularly. Maybe it's someone you even lived with. Maybe you were close with them once. And then one day you found yourself thinking, 90% of people wouldn't act like this. If that little thoughts crossed your mind, there's a pretty good chance you've been dealing with an HCP. That's short for high conflict personality. This comes from Bill Eddy's book 5 Types of People Who Can Ruin Your Life. And yes, that title is exactly as comforting as it sounds. According to him, about 10% of people fall into this category, which is already unsettling. But let's be honest, if you're watching self-improvement content, there's an even higher chance you'll run into one, or possibly be one. Don't panic, we'll get to that part. And here's the thing, if you are an HCP, you'll probably say, that's not me, because that's exactly what they do. But if you want to casually diagnose the walking hurricane in your life, here are the 4 big red flags. Number 1, all or nothing thinking. You're either their best friend or their mortal enemy. Things are either the best thing in human history or the actual end of the world. No middle ground. Number 2, unmanaged and intense emotions that hijack logic. You can't reason with them because their feelings have taken the wheel and driven straight into a brick wall. Number 3, extreme behavior. Things most people wouldn't even think about doing, they've already done it. Twice. We're talking lawsuits, smear campaigns, full soap opera story arcs. And number 4, a permanent target of blame. Once you're in their sights, congratulations. You're now their lifelong hobby. Now, these traits come in different flavors. Bill Eddy lists 5 main types. First, the narcissistic HCP. Their greatest fear? Being disrespected. Everything's about them. They'll knock you down just to stand taller. I once knew one who told these unbelievable cinematic life stories. War hero one day, miracle medic the next. Call them out, and you instantly become their sworn enemy for life. Second, the borderline HCP. Their primal fear? Abandonment. They will love bomb you like nobody else on earth until you reschedule plans. Then it's Armageddon. We're talking turning a forgotten ice cream flavor into a restraining order level meltdown. Third, the antisocial HCP, also known as the sociopathic type. No remorse, professionally charming, perfect at convincing you to trust them and hand over your wallet. Think of Greg, who promises you 200% returns next week if you give him $2,000. Spoiler, Greg disappears. Your money disappears. Greg, strangely enough, does not disappear from other people's court records. Fourth comes the paranoid HCP. Their fear? Betrayal. They live in a world made of conspiracies. If there isn't one, they'll invent it. I had a downstairs neighbor like this once. Never met me, never spoke to me, but was convinced I was stomping around just to ruin his life. He spent 2 months imagining my evil noise campaign, then exploded at me one day in pure fury. It would have been hilarious if it wasn't kind of scary. And finally, the histrionic HCP. Their deepest fear? Being ignored. They are fueled by drama. They can turn tripping over a chair into an Oscar-winning performance. You've seen those supermarket meltdown viral clips? Yeah. That energy. Cross them and they'll make you the villain of their story and broadcast it to everyone they know. Bonus points for dramatic fainting mid-argument. Now, if you're thinking, wait, am I one of these? Relax. The fact that you're even questioning it means you're probably not. HCPs usually lack that self-awareness altogether. But if you do have one in your life, you need to know how to manage the chaos. Bill Eddy gives 2 tools. First, the 90% rule. Ask yourself, would 90% of people act like this? If the answer is no, you just might have your answer. Second, the web method. Words, emotions, behavior. Are their words full of blame and threats? Are their emotions permanently cranked to 11? Totally disconnected from facts? Is there a consistent pattern of extreme behavior? If the answer is yes, you need to change how you interact with them. Here's the golden rule. You will not win an argument with an HCP, so stop trying. Instead, use the BIF method. Be brief, informative, friendly, firm. Strip out the emotional fuel they feed on. Stick to the facts. Keep it short. Smile politely. Exit stage left. The truth is, some people are just unreasonable, and they'll only change if they decide to. Your job? Protect your own sanity. So, have you ever had to deal with someone like this? What did they do? And more importantly, how did you deal with them? If you like this breakdown and you want more straight talk explanations about how to deal with difficult people, life traps, and the weird ways our brains work, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow the Stick Life. Because here, we don't just talk about life, we figure out how to actually stick through it.